Teddy Bridgewater, meanwhile, we should find out whether he'll be able to practice tomorrow. If he can't go due to the knee injury that he suffered this weekend against Tampa Bay, that would mean that P.J. Walker would start. P.J. Walker is somebody that Matt Rule knows well and obviously could have a chance if Bridgewater can't play this weekend. Cowboys quarterback Andy Dalton has returned to practice, was a full participant on Monday, and he is on track to play Sunday in Minnesota. He's passed the concussion. He is off the reserve COVID-19 list, and basically those two things are preventing him from play. And Drew Lock, the Broncos quarterback, also is dealing with a rib injury. It's not as extensive or as severe as Drew Brees, but the Broncos don't know whether or not they will have him this Sunday.
All right, Adam with us all show long, and continuing with the quarterback injury theme, you see on the right-hand side in our studio, Nick Foles on the cart. To Monday Night Football we go, Dan Orlovsky, with the Vikings and the Bears, and how would Nick Foles fare? But early on, Kirk Cousins doing well to Adam Thielen for the touchdown.
This is a great throw, but watch Thielen. Watch the spin of the ball and the pin of the ball to the chest. Touchdown, Minnesota. That was sick.
Vikings take the 7-0 lead, 7-6 to start the second half. Cordarrelle Patterson about to change that right here.
Yeah, you almost, if you're the Bears, you almost just want to see if teams will be willing to kick the ball off to you as many times as you can in a game, because this is their best chance of scoring. Patterson, who's become one of the best kick returners in the history of the NFL, chucks up the deuces, gets Chicago in the end zone.
Yeah, he's tied for the most kickoff returns in NFL history. Fourth quarter, the game's tied at 13. Another connection for Cousins and Thielen.
Just a beautiful route. Thielen starts inside, seams down outside, wins on his route, breaks away, touchdown.
Let's go to under a minute left. The Bears, their first and 10 at the 20, and that's ugly for Nick Foles.
Laura, this is like something as a quarterback, you go, like in that moment, you're going, something is not right. From all reports today, thank God he's going to be okay.
Yeah, you mentioned that as the Vikings win this one 19-13. Let's bring Adam Schefter back in here. What do we know, Adam, about Nick Foles and his injury at this point?
Well, Laura, the injury was not as severe as the Bears thought. It is a hip pointer. It is a glute injury. At this point in time, the Bears are on a bye week, and they're saying that Nick Foles is day-to-day at this current time. They don't think he's going to need to go on injured reserve, but Matt Nagy did leave open the possibility to a quarterback change when the Bears do come off their bye week. So we'll see what they decide to do. But we do know that Nick Foles' injury is not as bad as the team feared it could be when he was carted off last night.
Yeah, it did not look good, so I'm glad to hear that. Let's continue on with this Bears offense, and where do we even begin with them? They weren't great with Mitchell Trubisky from weeks 1 to 3, but things have really taken a turn for the worse with Nick Foles under center. Since week 4, the Bears rank second to last in points and yards per game, while ranking dead last in yards per play over that span. And during some of that time, we were talking about, are the Bears a pretender? Are they a contender? But either way, Marcus, a lot of the contender part of that had to do with the Bears defense. If you are a Bears defender, how do you feel being on this team?
Frustrated as hell, Els. Listen, this is one of them situations, man. Like, we all love to be a team and everybody tries to keep it together. But at some point, the work needs to be done. You need to see things start to transpire and get better over the season. And this defense for the Chicago Bears has not seen that. They haven't seen it since the beginning of the season. Like, we're looking for another unit to start making strides in order for us to become a real part of the conversation as far as going deep. When you look at this Bears defense, number 1 overall in the NFL in defensive efficiency, number 1, and your offense is almost dead last in every category in the NFL. Yes, I'm looking across the locker room saying, hey, y'all need to figure out how y'all can do y'all jobs better. I haven't always been on the great defense when I played in the NFL or even in college. But I respected the fact that at certain times, offensive players would look over and be like, yo, can y'all do something? Can y'all help us do anything to win a game and to continue trying to become a better team? So, yeah, I could imagine the frustration mounting, especially when you play at such a high level like the Chicago Bears do. Defensively, that is.
Watching the Bears offense last night, I was thinking, and had a lot of time to think because there wasn't much happening on the field. Who has it worse right now? The defense definitely has a case, Marcus. You're right to be frustrated. I'd say Allen Robinson also has a case, running all those routes and not getting good passes. But I think Bears fans might have it the worst of anyone, because not only is this team wasting an elite defense, not only have they not extended the aforementioned Allen Robinson, they have players on contract next year for over $180 million. So it's not getting better. And one of those players is, of course, Nick Foles, the quarterback, which is why, to me, we can point fingers at players on the offense, at the execution, at the coaches. But ultimately, the blame, I think, goes to the man you just saw, Ryan Pace, the GM of the Bears, because he is the architect of this tower of sadness. And when it does come crumbling down this season, ultimately, it's going to be because of the roster he built.
Yeah, Dan, the one thing is, though, that the Vikings did win this game.
Yeah, right. Can we talk about that a little bit?
They've won 3 straight. We're going to. And they're now just a game under 500. Now, early on, people were talking about their disappointment. People were talking about Mike Zimmer and his job. Are they a playoff team?
Yeah, they're trending to be one. And just so everyone knows, Marcus and I did pick the Vikings to win this game as well.
All right,
Okay.
yeah, the girls lost. We lost.
So they're trending to be one. It's really like a tale of 2 months for the Vikings so far. Like, if you go back to the first month of the season when they were terrible, Kirk Cousins had 8 turnovers. And then the last month, Kirk Cousins has 1 turnover. And even that one was that drop last night. They lost 3 games by 11 total points within that first month. And so if you look at their next 3 games, Cowboys, Panthers, Jags, you're going, okay, more than likely continue to play good football, you're going to win them. Then you're going to be sitting at 7-5 going to Tampa. They play the Bears and the Lions to end out the season. You're thinking, or the Bears and Lions to end the season, you're thinking, okay, more than likely those are 2 wins. Think about it. Like, if they steal one from Tampa or New Orleans, this is a 10-win football team. And it's fascinating because a month ago, there's conversation of, are we going to fire Mike Zimmer? 2 weeks ago, they curb stomped the Green Bay Packers. And now Kirk Cousins is playing very Kirk Cousins style of football.